Hi everyone, my name's Ian Lewis. I'm going to do some post-season bow maintenance for you guys. Everyone knows that when you're using your bow throughout the season, you're going to get little nicks, you're going to get little dings, your bow's going to get wet, and if you don't properly take care of it at the end of the season, what's going to happen is you're going to spend a whole lot of money at the pro shop come next season. So all I'm going to talk about right here is pretty much 3 simple steps. We're going to talk about keeping your bow dry. We're going to talk about making sure your nuts and bolts are real tight and free of rust. And we're also going to talk about the string, which is the most important part. Okay, so when we talk about keeping your bow dry, anytime you come in from the field, instead of leaving it in your case, you're going to want to hang it up in a place, room temperature, and that way you can make sure that it's going to dry out. What happens is when it's not dry, when you keep it wet, you're going to accumulate rust. Any kind of moisture in the strings can build up inside your cams, can cause a misfire, and also just overall performance of the bow. You want to keep it dry. Alright, so when it's time to do your maintenance, first thing you want to do is just visually inspect the entire bow. You want to look at all your strings, all around the cams, your stabilizers, look inside your sights. If your pins are off, you want to take a look at those. Biggest thing is your nuts and bolts. You want to go ahead and grab your Allen key and you want to check to make sure they're all tight. Just a quick little check should be fine. You don't want to over tighten them. Okay. You want to do that on each one of your bolts. The next thing you want to do is make sure you take a look at your string. Your string's going to be your biggest part. You're going to get frays. Maybe you're out in the woods and you hit a log, you hit some brush, and you're going to get little nicks. You want to make sure those are good. So what you want to do is you want to get yourself a little applicator and you want to go ahead and clean your strings down real good. You want to make sure you're cleaning every single part of the strings except around the cams. The cams is the biggest part you don't want to get any moisture in, so you want to keep those nice and dry. If you do get something in there, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to restring your bow. So we're not worried about that when we're talking about end of season maintenance. After you make sure it's all clean, you want to let it dry out again. And after that, you want to go ahead and get yourself some wax, get a little dab on your finger, and you want to rub it in throughout the string. Again, making sure you hit each part of the string until you get around the cams. Okay, so once that's all done, again you want to let it dry out and you want to make sure it's going to be nice and smooth. You don't want any buildup of wax around the strings because again it's going to take away from the performance of the bow. What you can do once you have it done, you can kind of flick your string and you can once again go around and any kind of excess will come off. Some people like to take a towel afterwards and dry it down. I think a finger works just fine, but if you want to, just take your shirt sleeve and make sure it's fine. Also, pay close attention around your peep sight. This is an area that gets a lot of use. People are always messing around with it, making sure it's good. So you want to make sure that's nice and smooth. Okay, that's pretty much it when it comes to your maintenance. Other obvious things you want to look for is just the rust. Go ahead and just take a wire brush and clean those bolts off. Other than that, just general cleanliness, and then hang it back up and let it dry for the remainder of your season until you're ready for next year. Doing all of this will make sure you're not spending a lot of money next year, and it's also going to make sure your performance is good and you don't have to worry about anything when it's time to get that big buck. Thanks a lot. Thank you to my wonderful crowd.
And Cody.
And Cody.